here's another reviewer. If the scores in mathematics test of 61 students are arranged from the highest to the lowest, the 31st scores is what's the answer? Median, okay? Highest to lowest or lowest to highest, if you're going to arrange a certain score, especially in odd number like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, the 31st or the middlemost is what's called median. Now, if the number of data, set of data is even like 2, 4, 6 like that, so shall we say 60, what is the median in there? It's not 31st, it must be the 30th and the 31st, add them and then divided by 2, that is our median, okay? There we go. What science deals with the study of naming and classifying organisms? Of course, it's taxonomy. The vertex of the isosceles triangle is 45 degrees. Okay, so remember, it's isosceles triangle. The two legs are congruent and the two base angles are congruent. And the vertex is the other angle, which is not similar to others. So we have here 45. So what is the measure of one of the base angles? So it's like total measure of a triangle, total measure of the angles of a triangle is 180 minus 45. So we have there 135, okay? And since the base angles are equal, so 135 divided by 2, that is, how much would that be? That is 67.5, right? Okay, so one of the base angles is 67.5. 67.5 plus 45, the total is 180. Okay, there you go. What step follows formulating hypothesis? It is, of course, experimenting, because you're going to prove if your hypotheses are true or not. Next one, which of the following parts of the circulatory system is responsible for the transport of macromolecules to different parts of the body? Blood vessels, blood arteries, or veins? Which of the following you think? So it's the blood, okay? They're responsible, this is in the small intestine, after these macromolecules are carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids, and other minerals and nutrients are being absorbed by the small intestine, and this absorbing medium is the microvilli, and this microvilli is going to deliver these macromolecules into the blood to be transported in all body parts, okay? So it's the blood. Next one, what number is next to the sequence 23450, 23850, 24250, 24650, and the next would be, we just add 400 here. Anyway, add 400 to the preceding number, so that's the next number of the sequence, okay? So what would be the answer here? It's 2550, okay? Because 24,650 plus 400 is 25,050. Okay, next, number 7, what vessels transport oxygen-rich blood to the different parts of the body? It's arteries, okay? Veins is from the body to the heart. That is carbon dioxide-rich blood, okay? Capillaries are small blood vessels that transport blood into the every cells, okay? Arterioles is this one is the connection between the arteries and the capillaries, okay? The arterioles. Next one, what value of x will make the proportion correct? 12 is to x and 2.4 is to 5. So just multiply the extremes and the means, okay? The extremes are those in the first and the last, and the second and the third would be multiplied also. So 2.4 times x is equal to 12 times 5, which is 60, okay? So 60 divided by 2.4, the answer here is letter C, which is 25. Okay, there you go. Next one, what does the gas exchange in the body take? Where does the gas exchange in the body take place? So capillaries, arteries, veins, or arterioles? So of course, you have capillaries, because capillaries are the blood vessel, the minute blood vessels that delivers blood cells into different parts of the body, especially the specific cells, okay? So the gas exchange there from carbon dioxide from the body cells will be replaced with the blood cells rich in oxygen, and this carbon dioxide will be given to the capillaries, and capillaries are going to transport this carbon dioxide rich blood into the venules to the veins, okay, and back to the heart and pump to the lungs, and back to the heart and pump to the arteries and arterioles, and then capillaries again, like that, okay? Next one, there are 70 men in the committee consisting of 123 members. So what is the ratio of the men? women to men. Okay, so 70, 120 minus 70, that's 50. So there are 50 women. So 50 is to 70, or 5 to 7. Divide each both sides by 10, so that's 5 to 7, letter D. Okay, what part of the digestive system does peristalsis happen? Okay, it's in esophagus. Peristalsis is the pushing of this bolus, or the amount of food that we swallow. Okay, that pushing stuff is what called peristalsis. The antagonistic what's this function of the two muscles, circular muscles, and the sphincter muscle in our esophagus is what called peristalsis. Next one, what is the transfer of heat in empty space? Of course, it's radiation. Empty space is radiation. Transfer of heat in solids, or both solids, is what's this? Conduction. Convection is the transfer of heat from liquid to solid. Example for each. Okay, convection is like, why is it that our parents, usually like old people or grandparents, they put metal spoon in the breakable glass when they put what's this? When they put hot water in it. It is because the heat from the water will be absorbed by the metal than by the glass. Okay, and that absorption of heat is what we call convection. Why they need to put metal spoon? It is because if they are not going to put that, the glass will break. Why? Because the heat is transferred to the glass, and this heat will make the glass particles expand and move, and this expansion, we call this thermal expansion, will make the glass break. Okay, there you go. Next one, conduction. Now try to do this one. Try to hold a hot pot. Okay, tendencies, you will be, of course, you'll feel the heat. Of course, that heat transfer is what we call conduction. It is because the heat from the hot pot, which is solid, is transferred to you. Okay, next one, radiation. Like shall I say you had a bonfire with your friends. The heat from the fire is transferred to you through space. Okay, through space, and that's radiation. There you go. Next one, a letter is picked at random from the English alphabet. So what is the probability that the letter is contained in the word great? So how many letters are here in great? So there are 5, right? How many letters do we have in English alphabet? So we have 26. So the probability is 5 over 26, because there are 5 letters in great over the total number of letters in the English alphabet, which is 26. So the answer here is 5 over 26, which is letter B. Next one. A vehicle consumes 2.5 liters of gasoline to travel 30 kilometers. So to the nearest tenth, how many liters of gasoline will it take for the vehicle to travel 418 kilometers? Okay, so this is a ratio and proportion problem. So we have 2.5 is to 30. 2.5 is to 30 is equal to x times x is to 418. So you multiply 2.5 times 418 divided by 30. So the answer there is letter D, 34.83 liters. You need 34.83 liters to run 418 kilometers if the rate of 2.5 liters for 30 kilometers is maintained. Okay, there you go. Again, did I say 418 times 2.5 divided by 30, because it's like extreme and the means. Okay, multiply x, 2 is to 30, 2.5 is to 30, and x is to 418, and the extremes are 2.5 and 418, so multiply them. Divided by 30, that gives you the x. Okay, there you go. Next, what do we call the wave-like construction of the wall of the esophagus, which is responsible for pushing down the food to the stomach? Of course, it's peristalsis. I told you that. The what's this? The wave-like construction is what we call, is the result of the antagonistic functions of the sphincter muscle and the circular muscle. Okay, there you go. The international convention where the Philippines can validate its claim to the Spratlys and other territories in the West Philippine Sea is UNCLOS. Okay, United Nations convention on laws, law of the seas. Next, democracy is for, by, and of the people, while oligarchy is for the chosen few or selected few. Letter D. Next one. If I were you, this is conditional, not be joining the contest. Okay, if plus past, if plus subject plus past, so this if I were, so that would be followed with the main clause would be I or subject plus would. Okay, so I would not be joining the contest. Last number. Who is your favorite blank? Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. So it's among. Between is used with two things. Among is three or more. So Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman. So there are three. So we use among. Okay. There you go. I hope this one helps you, teacher. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel po. Bye bye.